Hello and welcome to day 3 of 12 days of yoga. I'm Inga. Let's get started in child's pose today. So big toes touch, hips open nice and wide, arms extended out as far forward as you can, and just relax your forehead down to the ground. The more open your knees are, the deeper of a hip stretch you're going to get this one. For today, then walk your fingertips as far forward as you can and relax. Take a moment to settle into your body, into your day, into your breath. We'll start with a nice couple big breaths. Inhale into your belly, let it expand. Open your mouth. Deeper, full breath in. Open mouth. Awesome. We'll take 2 more breaths just like this. One more. Now, Ujjayi, breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. Finding that slight constriction in the back of your throat, finding those ocean waves in and out. Awesome. 2 more breaths here. Alright, plant down through your hands. We're going to just start by taking a sway side to side, moving from left to right. Just little tiny movements, starting to warm and wake up the body. And let's start to make this movement a little bit bigger, still moving side to side. And then let's take some nice big circles, taking whatever movement that feels good. Maybe you want to add some cat and cow in here as well. And then reverse the direction of your circles, making these movements into whatever feels good for you. Awesome. We'll take 1 more big circle. Awesome. Let's go up to a tabletop position. Shoulders stacked over the wrists, hips over the knees. We're going to start with a puppy pose today. So walk your fingertips forward, keeping your hips over your knees. We're just going to start to melt our heart. Bringing your chin all the way down to the ground, maybe your forehead, maybe you stay upright, spread your fingertips nice and wide. Maybe you want to gaze at your thumbs and just let your heart melt down. Awesome. Walk one hand and the other all the way up. Fingertips walk forward slightly. Shoulders shift in front of your wrists. We're going to lower ourselves all the way down to our belly. Awesome. Now walk your forearms forward. We're coming to our Sphinx pose. So relax in the lower body, elbows underneath the shoulders, fingertips spread nice and wide. Scoop your heart forward. Then relax your belly down. Breathing here. Chin is away from your chest, so your gaze is just forward. Awesome. Slowly lower yourself all the way down. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Let's press back up to a table. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips high, downward facing dog. First down dog of the day, then left and right. Taking whatever movement feels good for you right here, right now. Maybe you want to shake the legs out, maybe shake the head out, the hands. Finding whatever feels best. Awesome. Take another deep, full breath in. Slowly walk your hands all the way back towards your toes. Feet are at hip distance or a little bit wider. Bend your knees a lot and reach for opposite elbows and just start to sway side to side. Awesome. Starting to shake out the spine, starting to let gravity do the work to open up through the hamstrings. Awesome. Come back through center. Release your hands down. Take a nice deep full breath in. Inhale, lift yourself halfway. Exhale, pull your low belly in and fold. Inhale, lengthen, lift up, stretch. And fold. One more, half lift. Fold. Bend your knees a lot and slowly roll yourself all the way up. Rolling your shoulders back 3 big times. Awesome. Then forward 3 big times. Take a nice deep full breath in. Inhale, arms reach up overhead so you can gaze at your fingertips. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lift yourself halfway. Plant your hands, begin to walk forward, plank pose. This time lower yourself all the way down to your belly once again. Inhale, come up cobra. Keep a nice big bend into your elbows. Open through your chest. Press back downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. One more. Awesome. Inhale, come up onto tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, step or float forward, fold. Half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, reach all the way up. Take a nice big full body stretch. Sun salutations, fold. Half lift. Plant your hands, chaturanga. This time, if you're ready for it, come down halfway. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Big full breath in. Full breath out. Awesome. Let's take 2 more sun salutations, tippy toes. Forward fold. Lift. Fold. Full body stretch. Awesome. Fold. Half lift. Chaturanga. Cobra up dog. Downward facing dog. Big full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Lift. Fold. Full body stretch. Awesome. One more. We'll meet back and down dog, whatever that means for you today. Lift. Chaturanga. Two big breaths. Awesome. Tippy toes. Bend your knees, forward fold. Half lift. Fold. Full body stretch. Toes together, heels together. Let's sink our hips, chair pose. Pull your core in, lengthen through your spine. Give your toes a little bit of a wiggle. Awesome. Start to gaze up towards your fingertips. Pull your core in, sink your hips even more. Awesome. Pressing your hips as far back as you can. Squeeze your legs together. Pull your core in, bring your biceps back by your ears. Breathe. Holding here in this difficult pose so you can sink a little bit deeper. Awesome. We're going to root down through that left leg. Just pick up your right leg and see if you can hover it for a moment. Holding here, flex your right toes. Awesome. We're going to bring our hands to our hips. Bring your right ankle to your left knee. Bring one hand to your knee, one hand to your foot. Standing figure 4 pose. If you need to, you can always bring your hands all the way down to the ground or to a table to help with your balance. Otherwise, just try to hold here, starting to open through that right hip. Keep your hips pressing back again. You should be able to see your left toes. Active right foot. Awesome. Slowly begin to straighten through the left leg. See if you can lift the right leg high. Hands come to your hips once again. Awesome. Trying to bring this thigh parallel to the ground. Flex your right toes. Keep your foot active. Breathe.
Awesome. Now take a nice deep full breath in, reach your arms up. We're going to start to tilt all the way forward, warrior three. Flex your right toes, try to straighten through that right leg. Hands can reach forward or come to your heart center. You're finding a nice big capital T. Breathe, all 5 toes point down, lift your chest. Take one more deep full breath in. Slowly begin to drop your right foot down, rise, crescent lunge, nice big lunge here. Walk your front foot forward, bend deep and tap front knee. Hips and shoulders square, drop your shoulders down, away, breathe. Awesome, one more big full breath in. Hands come all the way down to the ground, plant your hands down, step back, chaturanga or down dog, your choice. Upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. One more. Awesome, tippy toes, forward fold. Half lift. Fold. Full body stretch, reach up. Toes together, heels together, once again, sink for a chair pose. Pull your core in, biceps back by your ears, breathe, find some space. Sinking your hips back as far as you can here to start. Awesome, root down through your right foot. See if you can just hover your left foot for a moment. Awesome, bring your hands to your hips. Bring your left ankle to your right knee, one hand to the knee, one hand to the foot. Again, taking whatever modifications you need here. Bend deep into that right leg. Feel your left hip start to open. Find some space, find some stillness. Find one spot forward to focus. This is called your drishti. Awesome. Start to straighten through the right leg. See if you can bring your hands to your hips. Lift your left thigh. Flex your left toes. Breathe. Make sure you can wiggle those right toes, relaxing through the foot, not clenching with your toes. Awesome. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Begin to hinge forward. Warrior three. Hands can stay here or come to heart center. Flex your toes. Rotate your left hip down. Hips should be equal. Breathe. Tilt forward just a little bit more and then lift your heart. Awesome, sink into that right leg, reach up, crescent lunge, walk your front foot forward, bend deep into your front knee. Find some space in the legs. Hips and shoulders still square to the front. Awesome, hands plant all the way down, step back, chaturanga or down dog, your choice. Upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. One more big breath. Awesome. Gaze at your fingertips, step your hands to the outsides of your feet. Feet point out at a 45-degree angle, and then just drop your hips. If this is too much, you can always take a block or a pillow and place it right underneath you to give yourself a little bit more space. Try to walk those feet out so much so that they're firmly planted down. Elbows can come to your elbows come to your knees, thumbs come to heart center, open through the chest. Finding our malasana, our yogi squat here for a moment, starting to externally rotate through the hips. Awesome, 2 more big breaths. All right, plant your hands, lift your hips, step back, chaturanga or down dog, your choice. Upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths.
the hips just a little bit more. So we're going to take the right leg, raise it high to the sky. Start to bring your right leg forward. Bring your right knee all the way up towards your right wrist. Bring the right ankle up towards the left wrist. And then extend out through your back leg. Untuck your back toes. Square your hips forward. So I want you to be active with the hips. So pull the right hip back, left hip forward. The more you bring this shin parallel to the front, the more difficult it's going to be. The closer your heel is towards your hip, the easier it's going to be. Now, while you're here, start to come down to your forearms. Make sure you're pressing equally between both legs. You can stay here or bring your head all the way to your hands, a towel, or all the way down to the ground, whatever feels good. And just try to relax. This is a very difficult pose. Breathe here into your hips. Find some space. Find some stillness. Notice if the mind begins to wander. Awesome, 2 more big breaths. Alright, slowly start to walk yourself up onto your hands, plant down through your hands, tuck your back toes under, lift your right leg high to the sky and shake it out. Maybe you want to bend the knee, stack the hip, or take a nice big circle, finding whatever feels good for you here right now. Awesome, drop the right leg down, pick up the left leg, inhale. Bring the left leg all the way forward, knee to the left wrist, foot to the right wrist. Square your hips, keep your hips active, extend out through your back leg when you're ready. Slowly begin to come down to your forearms. Maybe the forehead comes all the way down. Press equally between both legs and breathe deep into this pose. If it's a little too hard, you can walk that heel back towards your hip. Try to relax as best as you can. You're not here for that long, so try to focus. Two more big breaths. Slowly press yourself up. Plant down through your hands, press back downward facing dog, shake out that leg. Maybe take a circle or stack the hip. Find whatever movement feels good for you right here, right now. And then relax the left leg down, drop down to your knees. We're going to bring our hips over to the side and extend our legs out in front of you. We'll take a forward fold. Flex your toes back towards your nose. Take a nice deep full breath in, reach up. Hinge forward, reaching for whatever you can grab. Toes, ankles, calves, thighs. Big full breath in. And hinge forward. Try to bring your chest forward, then down. Breathe, find some space. Awesome, point your toes away, slowly roll yourself all the way up, and then make sure you have some space behind you. We're going to roll ourselves all the way down. One more pose today, we're going to take our Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet together, hips open nice and wide. The closer your heels are towards your sits bones, the more difficult of a pose this is going to be. The further your heels are away, the easier it's going to be. Just relax. Let your knees open wide. Let your thoughts begin to relax. Maybe you want to close the eyes. You have the option to stay here for our Shavasana today, or you can extend your legs and extend your arms.
We're just going to take this moment to relax, knowing that we're not here for that long. So let's just try to stay for a couple more seconds. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, wrists and ankles, head and neck. If you're still in your Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of the feet all the way back down to the ground. And then pick a side and roll over, pausing for a moment, just letting your body resettle. And slowly press yourself all the way up. Coming to a nice tall spine, nice tall seat, hands come to heart center. With one more big breath here. Big full breath in. Open the mouth. The love in light inside of me honors the love in light inside of you. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. Awesome. Great work. I'll see you tomorrow.